Good Thursday morning, Rev here. It is August the 4th. Hope you're safe and well and blessed this morning, and I hope you're being a witness for Jesus because I know He's giving you opportunities. I'm going to read to you this morning from John. This is chapter 20. Now, this is after Jesus' resurrection. He has appeared to His disciples once already, but the disciple Thomas was not with Him. And so I'm going to pick it up here in chapter 20, verse 24. Now Thomas, called Didymus, one of the 12, was not with the disciples when Jesus came. So the other disciples told him, "We have seen the Lord." But he said to them, that is Thomas, "Unless I see the nail marks in his hands and put my finger where the nails were and put my hand into his side, I will not believe it." A week later, his disciples were in the house again, and Thomas was with them. And though the doors were locked, Jesus came and stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." Then he said to Thomas, "Put your finger here. See my hands? Reach out your hand and put it into my side. Stop doubting and believe." And Thomas said to him, "My Lord and my God." And then Jesus told him, "Because you have seen me, you have believed. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed." Jesus did many other miraculous signs in the presence of his disciples, which are not recorded in this book. But these are written that you may believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, and that by believing you may have life in his name. This is the word of God for the people of God. In downtown Detroit, Michigan, there was a building called the Cadillac Tower. And one entire side of the building bears the muscular image of one of the NFL's leading rushers, number 20 for the Detroit Lions, Barry Sanders. Now, you would have no idea who's responsible for this massive work of art except for the icon that's in the upper right-hand corner. The swoosh, the Nike swoosh. Now, professional athletes, they make up their livelihood, they make their livelihood off of their strength and their physical abilities. And yet those Charlie Atlas bodies, if you remember who that is, they're finally the athlete's downfalls. Tendinitis or arthritis can slow down a pitcher's arm. Torn ligaments, floating cartilage, it cripples a running back's or a basketball player's knees. Tennis elbows stops all ace servers cold. That which was once an athlete's source of power and pride can become the weakest, most vulnerable part of his or her body. There comes a time in every athlete's life when no longer does practice make perfect. Instead, practice only makes pain. Now, among Jesus' 12 disciples, Thomas was not singled out as an example of doubt because he possessed a watered-down commitment or a fragile faith. As a matter of fact, Thomas was really quite capable of very earnest devotion, tenacious courage. In John chapter 11, verse 16, it's Thomas who courageously declares his willingness to follow Jesus to Bethany and Lazarus' tomb, even though the people there had nearly stoned Jesus just a short time before. Excuse me. When the other disciples showed much caution in the matter, Tom said, "Let us go with him, or let us also go that we may die with him." And for his steadfastness, Thomas was rewarded with witnessing the stunning miracle of Lazarus' resurrection. Thomas's commitment to Jesus' early mission was enthusiastic, it was genuine, it was wholehearted. But we remember Thomas as the doubter. You know, Missouri has the nickname of the Show Me State, and most of us tend to be spiritual Missourians. We want proof, and we want lots of proof before we are willing to commit ourselves to anything. Actually, we should be proud of our Missouri spiritual ancestry. Grand claims could be backed up by hard facts. And according to Dr. Leonard Sweet, the entire notion of hypothetical hypothetical evidence, which moved scientific method from the magical realm of alchemy to the cautious methodologies that now result in proven hypotheses, is just the facts man's system of inquiry. Our legal system as well is based on the notion that the accused are innocent until proven guilty. Without physical evidence, the prosecution has no case. So I want you to take a moment and think about it this morning. What is your greatest strength? And then think about this. That is where you are also the most vulnerable. Has your greatest strength become your most insidious weakness? Yes, Thomas was a doubter, but his doubts had a purpose. He merely wanted to know the truth. He didn't idolize his doubts. He gladly believed when given reasons to do so. But you see, Thomas allowed himself to be weak enough to accept the fact that his strength had become his potential for self-destruction. This doubting disciple relinquished the hold that his show me strength false faith on his heart had, and accepted the gift of faith and forgiveness that Jesus offered him. Christ's gift to Thomas, to all believers, it empowers us with the genuine strength of redeeming love brought through the absolute grace of Jesus Christ. Instead of show me signs, God offers the unmerited gift that we can never earn, nor can we ever learn in rational, logical terms, the love of Christ. My friends, this morning, we have a strength that we must forever hold on to. Through the witness of those who have written the Scriptures, the very Word of God, what we call the Bible, we have the strength that comes from knowing. Believe it. Know it. Live it. I'm Pastor Mark. I love you guys. Be safe. Be well. Be blessed. Be strong. Go do something for Jesus. I'll see you tomorrow.